It's a new season of Barnstable High Athletics, and we begin the spring season with a baseball opening day between the Barnstable Redhawks and the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans as we welcome you to Barnstable High School and the multi-purpose field on campus as the Barnstable gets ready to begin their home season. Daniel Baudolino, Marcus Lyons with you. And Marcus, 12-9 season last year, made the playoffs, but lost a lot of talent. What are you looking forward to this season?
Well, I'm looking to see how any of the new talent coming in can step up and make a good first impression. Obviously, any of the remaining talent from last year, they'll be looking to keep up with what they did last year. Hopefully get farther after a good season a year ago. It should be fun.
Yes, it should. Barnstable, some new faces, a lot of the same, as Coley Buckler gets the start today. He was their Friday starter last year, the senior now. Last year, very solid season, 4.36 ERA, a 4-2 record. And the defense behind him looks like this. The newcomer, Finn O'Donnell, the junior in left. Shea Samprini in center, back for his third year on varsity. Sladen Johnson, who we saw a little bit of, just a freshman, will be in right. And from third to first, Luke Harmon, first year on varsity for him. Anthony Jackwell, maybe the team MVP last year. At short, Sam Colasano, the senior captain at second, and Vinny DiGiacomo, probably the team's top two-way player at first, with Reed Buckler doing the catching for his brother. And the starting the batting lineup rather for Bridgewater Raynham looks like this. They'll have Kevin Doyle leading off with Cam Morrison, the catcher, batting second. Tyler Caraggio batting third with Owen King in the cleanup spot. He's DHing. Cam Wensley, Evan Samsel batting sixth. Jack Ritchie, Chase Balulis, and Quinian Keefe are the 7, 8, 9 guys for them. Barnstable rocking the new black jerseys to begin this season as Bridgewater Raynham in their away grays with the pinstripes. And we're just about ready to go with Kevin Doyle.
I think this first inning is going to be real important in terms of how we can get a look at how everyone's going to look coming into a new season. Get some of those maybe first game jitters out of the way early. I think whoever has the better first inning is really going to help determine who's going to win this game.
Absolutely. So first pitch of the season, Barnstable did have one scrimmage. It was a 9-6 loss. And their first scrimmage under new head coach Rick Avila. And the first pitch is cut on and missed. The new season is underway.
Well, an aggressive approach on the first pitch in baseball. You see a lot of guys, they'll look at the first pitch to see what's coming, but he takes a quick hack on the first pitch.
Breaking ball misses high. So 1-1. That's going to be a little bit inside. Going with the heater. So we mentioned Buckler led the team in innings pitched, 51 and a third innings pitched last year, 44 Ks, 15 walks. And rockets that one in there for a strike, 2-2.
Well, after an aggressive first swing on the first pitch, now he's kind of held back and looked at three straight.
2-2. Swung on and foul tipped. He'll stay alive.
Another piece of this game will be to try to wear out one of these starting pitchers early, try to make the at-bats long, run up the pitch counts, and try to tire him out to get some big innings in the middle innings of this game.
So 2-2 again coming up. Doyle, we saw him. He was the bottom hitter in their order in the games last year between these two teams. He went 0 for 3 in one. or 2 for 3 and 1, and he had 2 singles in that one. And that's going to be yanked deep into right field. Going back is Johnson. Oh, it's going to be over his head. It's going to bound all the way to the wall. He's going to turn and head for third, and he will be in there with a leadoff triple to begin the season.
Well, if you're Barnstable, that's pretty much the opposite of how you wanted to start this game. A long at bat fought off, a foul tip on 2-2, can't put him away to fill up the count, and then just a good hard swing and drills it almost out on the leadoff at bat of the season.
This is a deep ballpark. You really have to crank it. We did see a handful of home runs last year, but you really got to hit a long way, especially on a cold day like this. The wind is blowing. First pitch cut on, missed to Cam Morrison, the catcher. Oh, 1, breaking ball misses high. First pitch temperature 46 degrees. Feels like 40 though. It feels colder than that when the wind is really gusting. That wind is going to be in the teens. Reared back and fired it, but misses. 2-1. Morrison, when we saw him last year, caught one game, was in right field for the other. Behind the plate here. On deck will be Calaggio.
We've seen a lot of pitches outside the zone so far. Buckler struggling to find the zone early in this one, and
now he's going to take ball 4. Seven balls, only 5 strikes here, and we have our first and third situation for Calaggio.
well, if you're Bridgewater Raynham, you're just looking to get any ball in play. Even if you do get sent to a double play here, that would bring in this run. So you just got to get a ball in fair play if you're them.
Runner holding. Pitch misses high. Buckler struggled last year against them. 3 2/3 innings, 6 earned. As that's going to be skied into left. Getting a late break on is O'Donnell into foul territory, and it'll drop. Battling the sun, despite the cold, really no clouds in the sky this afternoon.
And that was a good chance to maybe get yourself a bit more hope for this inning to be escaped without any runs on the board. Again, battling the sun, like you said, just trying to find that ball. And I think almost too many people there caused maybe a communication error and no one could really get it.
Runner going here. Pitch is on ball. It's going to be thrown down, but cut off as cutting in front was DeGiacomo. No advance for Doyle, and it's a stolen base. Puts runners at second and third.
Bridgewater's taken a very aggressive approach to this game early. They've swung on a lot of first pitches, stolen a base.
Pitch. Skied again. This time shallower. No one has any idea where the ball is except for DeGiacomo, who comes running all the way from shortstop to make the catch right by the third base coach's square for the first out. What a play by Anthony DeGiacomo.
It was a full-on sprint just to get over there. No one else really had much of an eye on where that was going to fall. He just had to make a sprinting effort just to even get over there, and he's able to make the catch for a big first out.
He's the one not that wasn't looking directly up, and another pop up. This time Buckler and Harmon will take a look, but it'll be back into the crowd. So a big first out there as Owen King, the DH, is the batter. He's wearing the I guess face mask you would call it, though, to keep it warm. The neck cover. That kind of scuba look. And a 1-1. Breaking ball didn't break, and now it's going to get by Buckler. The run's got to come to the plate. He will score, and it is 1-0 on the wild pitch.
And again, the example of not being able to find the strike zone early hurts in a big way that time. The pitch too high, can't be reeled in, and then just the walk to the plate. The runner from second also advances to third.
Now he's going to send that one to right. Going back is Johnson. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag. He will score. And it's 2-0 BR on the sac fly. So does get the out. And that will bring up the 5-hitter, Wensley, with the bases empty.
Well, this is certainly not the start you wanted to have to this game. An early 2-0 hole in the first inning. And now you're looking for your offense to have a big first inning themselves to get some of that ground back.
And that's going to be right back up the middle. Colasano couldn't get to it. And a runner is on here with 2 outs.
And once again, they swing on the first pitch. They hadn't hit one yet as they had all been outside the zone. That one more down the middle, and he catches it right up the middle to get towards center for an easy hit.
Runner with a big lead. Holding as the pitch is in there for a strike. That's Samsel at the plate, the right fielder. Takes a look. Runner going. Pitch is yanked to third, and nice leaping catch by Harmon ends the inning. But BR gets 2. We head to the bottom of the first. BR up 2-0. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. Bottom half of the first inning, just about ready to go. And here is Barnstable's batting order. Leading off will be Samprini with Vinny DiGiacomo batting second, followed by his brother Anthony. In the cleanup spot is Reed Buckler with Slade and Johnson batting fifth. Tarbox, the DH, will bat sixth, with Harmon, Colasano, and O'Donnell rounding out the batting order for Barnstable. And on the mound will be Luke Berry for BR. As he settles in, first pitch to Samprini is taken for a strike. Samprini 230 last year, but got on a lot. 412 on base. So he drew a lot of walks. He also stole 12 bases in 12 attempts.
Well, that's going to be important for Bridgewater's. If he does get on, they're going to have to keep their eyes on that. Maybe even to help get advance further on other hits later down the line if he gets a big enough lead and can move fast enough. He clearly has the speed.
So that hit the inside edge. So the 1-2 misses outside. Prini hit a pair of home runs last year, one at home that was right down the right field line, the other on the road. And he strikes out there. Got him with the breaking ball. So here is Vinny DiGiacomo. Mentioned he's a two-way player. Pitched 3 2/3 innings last year. Was the starting right fielder. Playing first this year. At 333, 17 for 51. He's slashed 477 and 849. So that's in there for a strike.
Barnstable's going to need some good early work from their offense already in the 2-0 deficit. We'll see if that changes how aggressive they play, stepping up to the plate.
Kicks and deals. That's got to be in there. Almost slow. And the count runs even. Pitch swung on and missed. First two batters go down by way of K.
That first one was on the breaking ball, caught down low. This one, he just throws a heater right down the middle. No chance to get on that one.
And so here's his brother looking to put one in play. Takes ball one. And he will put one play down the left field line. Barnstable has their first hit of the season as he's going to round first, head for second. The throw in is not going to be in time, and he has a double.
Well, that could be the hit Barnstable needs. I know still you have two down already, but to get a man in scoring position at all in this first inning, even if you do so much as just bring the Giacomo in right now, even if that's all you get one of those runs back.
First pitch, strike one. Buckler took over the catching or the starting catching role about midway through last season and was really solid. Batting 400 and 40 ABs.
Boy, the Giacomo getting some very big lead off the bag here.
Long looking. Steps off. 0-2. Misses low. On deck, if they get there, will be Johnson. And good eye. Count evens. Two. It's got to miss low, and the count has ran full. He's battled back from 2 strikes down, 3 straight balls. Barry, after striking out the first 2 hitters now, a double and now in danger of walking Buckler. Here's the full count pitch. Reaches out and pokes it. That's going to get by the pitcher, gobbled up, throws on, in time. Good play, as that will retire to the side, 6-3. And Barnstable will strand 1 after 1. Barnstable 0, Bridgewater Raynham 2, here on Barnstable B2B TV. And welcome back. Second inning set to go here. Barnstable and Bridgewater Raynham. Barnstable a little bit of a rough first inning as Buckler gave up 2 runs in the first, so they trail 2-0. And we'll see the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Richie, Balutis, and Keith. And there's strike 1. 2, Richie. It was a triple, a walk, and a couple of outs. One was a sacrifice fly, a base hit, then a line out in the first.
We're hoping in this inning, Buckler will have a better control of the strike zone. Obviously, a big example, one of those runs brought in off a wild pitch.
Yeah, 12 strikes to 11 balls. And that's going to be down the third base line. Took a hop off of the arm of Harmon, and he will reach with a base hit. So leadoff man on here. Third base last year was a position that we saw multiple players play. We saw DeGiacomo there. We saw Alec Joyce, now graduated there. It was a position that they kind of just were trying to figure out all season long. Harmon hopefully will be the answer for them this year. One. Again, under new coach Rick Avila. Runner going. Pitch skied in the air. This might be playable for Buckler. He's running circles around it. He can't make the catch. Again, the sun causing all kinds of trouble, and he ended up running right into the shadow of the press box.
It's looking like that's going to be its biggest problem when the ball flies up in foul territory. We saw one get dropped more towards left in foul territory near the Barnstable dugout. And that one near the backstop near us. And even with a shadowy spot, he still couldn't really find it.
And now he's got to swing. That ball hit him. I believe he swung.
I think that's what they're saying because they're sending the runner back to first.
But in that case, or they call a foul. They say it got his bat. Correction. Because I was going to say, if he swung and that hit him, he would be out. So it is a foul ball. And we'll do it again, 1-2. Buckler looking for his first punch out. He's going to step off, throw over. As Richie had been going on the previous pitch. Runner going again. This time it's fouled off again. One, two. Holding this time, it's a breaking ball. That curve just hasn't been there for him today. It's not breaking the way he wants. Some of these, they've just kind of fallen flat.
No, a lot of these pitches really, you get the feel they haven't gone where he's wanting to put them. A lot of times you can tell a difference when a pitcher's getting it in the place he wants and just not getting the reads he wants. But
slowly hit. They're going to try to turn two. It's got to be late. They got the force out at second. It was a little jam shot. And the Giacomo went to call Asano, but they couldn't turn it. So Richie and Baludis will trade places.
they'll definitely be okay with that outcome after the start that they saw to the last inning. You want to keep a runner out of scoring position. Obviously, you wish you could have had the double play, but.
And that's going to get by Buckler. That's going to be second wild pitch. Maybe the first one was a pass ball that we saw in the first.
And there's the first jinx of the season.
So runner advances to second. Keith the batter. Quinian Keith. That misses outside. 2-0. Doyle, who had the triple.
And that ball was not that far away from finding itself over the fence.
Wasn't. It was a shot.
It was close towards that 314 sign. That's the shortest part of this field.
That's really the only short part. This is a very deep ballpark. Cut on, missed. Big strike one there. Steps off, no throw. We are dealing with some connectivity issues. The wind is not being kind to us. So we try to work through that. 3-1 now.
We saw from Giacomo for Barnstable near the end of the first. People on second are really taking some big steps off, trying to get good advantages. if that ball gets to the outfield, they want to try to bring themselves home.
I'll run the count full. 3-2.
I think the biggest thing that a strikeout would be huge, I think, for helping Buckler find a bit more control of himself here.
And that's going to be fouled off. Runner was going to third.
An interesting call from the runner there. Usually, you'd understand more of the intention to just take off there if it's a full count with 2 outs, but still only 1 out.
Again, please excuse the technical difficulties. Working hard in the background to figure it out, as that's going to be fouled off behind him. He didn't know he fouled that behind. So he started taking off.
Yeah. He wants to bring that next run in. He obviously had to take off last time, get to that third base on the wall ball. That one flew up near us.
Yeah, right over the top of us. Getting his lead at second. And they're going to get him for a balk. So he'll advance to third on the balk. They're going to say he double clutched, kind of. He didn't stay still when he was trying to delay that delivery. We've seen, I guess, Nestor Cortez is probably the most notable guy to do that, where you lift your leg up and try to throw off the timing. He tried that, but he kind of wiggled it, and they got him for a balk.
Buckler was not a fan of that call. He was trying to, I think, motion what he was trying to do.
Now he misses inside. And the top of the order will come up with runners at the corners.
And now, similar to that first inning, you've got runners on the corners. This time you do have an out, so you can get that double play to end this inning with no damage. I think he's going to be pitching definitely for a ground ball here.
Cut on and missed. So 0-1. Runner holding again. Fouled off 0-2. Foul off to the left. Digs in again. Runner going. Breaking ball froze him, but he didn't get the call. Just a little too high.
And now the double play opportunity is gone. Both men in scoring position.
1-2. Breaking ball this time. Chopped down the line. That's going to be a foul ball. Got on top of the breaking ball.
We just heard this is pitch 44.
Yeah.
They run up his count early.
And check swing stays alive.
And some frustration shows out of the batter's box. He feels like maybe if he followed through all the way in that swing, he could have gotten in those 2 runs.
0-2 or 1-2 is going to be sent to center, sending Samprini back. This will get at least 1 home. He's going to make a nice catch This will make it 3-0. No advance from the runner at second base. And he has an RBI on the sac fly. So 2 out here for Cam Morrison. Runner still at second. Morrison walked in his first plate appearance. Just missed. And Buckler takes a good long look and goes for a little bit of a stroll. That's got to be on the corner for a strike. 27 pitches in the inning. This is high. Three and one.
Ooh. That one looked like it might have been a bit closer to a strike than some of the others.
Fouled back. 3-2. Full count pitch. Here it is. Missed inside. He walked him again.
And really a big problem has just been the inability to put batters away with a full count. We've seen it a lot of times, whether it's a walk or they just drive in a base hit. The full count has not been friendly in Barnstable's favor.
So Cadogio or Cadogio with opportunity to drive in a pair if he can get one to the gap. 2 men on. Breaking ball, that's gonna hit him. Bases are loaded for the cleanup man King. Chance to break this open.
And it's just been an early struggle for Buckler in this first game. We've seen a lot of pitches just not end up where it looks like they're supposed to end up. Seen wild pitches. Of course, that one now hits a man.
Now he's gonna miss with that. 2 walks and a hit, or 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
Well, now you got to try to dig out of a loaded bases situation. All this happening with 2 down.
And that's gotta be stalked into the gap. That's gotta get down. That should clear the bases. He's gonna hit second, pull up there, and now he's gotta dig for third. He'll still get there with a head first dive. It's 6-0. King clears the bases with a triple.
This has been a disaster of a start to this game for Barnstable. As that one's just driven all the way to the wall. Second triple of the game for Bridgewater. That one clears the bases and a big deficit early for Barnstable in the second inning of this opening game.
First pitch. Strike. Here's Wensley. That's strike 2. Still looking for his first punch out. And that's not going to be it. 7-0. Samprini will chase it down. He'll have to dive for it. He's going to throw it in to Colasano, but it's a double, an RBI double. And they add another one.
Man, you almost got to wonder how long it might be before they decide to get Buckler out of there. It's been a struggle. 7 runs on 5 hits. There was an error charged somewhere, I think, on that base clearing triple.
Yeah.
That error might have been a little bobble in the outfields. An attempt to pick up the ball and then it was dropped on that attempt might have helped get that triple to third base.
That's a strike. 1-1. Two and 1. On the corner for a strike. Can he finally put him away and put an end to the big inning? Runner going. Pitch is foul straight back.
Well, a big problem that's caused this 7-0 hole has been an inability to finish off these 2-strike counts.
He's got to fish off that one. Strike 3. And the inning is over, but they put up a crooked number. They send all 9 to the plate. And after 1.5, 7-0, BR on top. Barnstable's got some work to do as we welcome you back. Barnstable B2B TV. Barnstable trailing 7-0, but still a lot of time to go here in this one. as it will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Johnson, Tarbox, and Harmon, due up for the Red Hawks. And the first pitch of the bottom half of the second misses away.
Well, this is now turned into a very obvious game of catch-up. Offense is now going to need to do a whole lot of work and climb out of a 7-0 hole 2 innings in.
One. Breaking ball, put on the ground to second. Gobbled up, throws on, in time, 4-3, put out. And that's Keith with the put out as we go quickly. The infield for BR, Wensley, Ritchie, Keith, and Kajio. That's third to first and left to right. Baltus, Doyle, and Samsel with Morrison catching. Outside, ball 1 to Tarbox. Another guy saw a brief time on varsity as a swing player last year. Saw more time pitching than hitting. As he pitched 10 innings last year, just one at bat. One. Breaking ball, strike. Slider there. Man, called strike 3. Got him looking. 2 up, 2 down for Harmon.
And that one just right down the middle, but a little bit low and not low enough to get that at-bat to keep going, but just low enough to where he didn't want to go for it. That's the kind of pitch you want.
Harmon now the batter. Third baseman. And did he go around? No. Cut on and missed. Chased it.
I think Barnstable now knows that they've got to play more of an aggressive batting approach. Again, down huge in the second. But they've also got to remember not to just swing aimlessly here. We've seen a few swings at pitches that were outside.
2-2. Full count. Or pardon, 2-2. And called strike 3. Got him looking, got 2 looking. He's striking out 4 through 2, and we've played 2. Barnstable trails 7-0. Welcome back. Top half third inning set to begin. Jack Ritchie, who led us off last inning, leads us off here. So they put 5 in the last one to get ahead, 7-0. Buckler's still out there. The Giacomo was warming in Barnstable's half of the second inning. He's back out at first base.
Well, they might just want somebody warmed up in case you have another disaster inning like we saw in the second. You might want to have a short leash with Buckler through 2 innings with 7 runs. Keep him out there if he starts doing good, but if things continue to go wrong, you want to be ready to get him out of there.
And that's going to be ripped down the line, just foul. Yeah, he's sitting at 70 pitches here. And that's in the air center, or into short, actually. It was just a lazy pop-up. I was watching Semprini, but it's an easy first out.
And that's something Barnstable hasn't seen themselves get yet, is that easy first out, especially on the leadoff hitter. Obviously, the leadoff of this game went for a triple to right field.
Yeah. Here's Bouloudis. He grounded it to the fielder's choice and then would come around to score. Takes a strike. And he's going to rip that one to right. Coming in is Johnson. He won't get it. And he has his first hit. So here is Keefe. Yeah, walk and came around to score. Part of that 5-run second. Taking a look over. Now deals. Fouled straight back. Look out, Marcus. That screen. You forget that screen's there.
Yeah.
Small lead. Still going. And that's got to be ripped into right. And he had to hold up there. Johnson's got to unleash a cannon to third. And that's much closer than they thought it was going to be. But advancing the second on the throw was Keefe, as Harmon wasn't really paying attention there. That'll be a single, but advancing on the throw. And 2 men on for the top of the order.
And for the 3rd inning in a row, it's looking like Bridgewater just has the better of Buckler. Well, you got that easy first out. You think maybe things will turn around a bit, and now 2 straight belts to right field. And again, a pair of runners in scoring position.
Sacrifice fly a triple today as they bring the infield in. Try to prevent run number 8. You're
seeing a lot of these pitches wind up going outside.
Fouled back. Strike 1. Two one. Inside. That's going to sneak away from Buckler. That's going to plate the 8th run.
Well, it's the second time they scored on a pitch that got by. Don't know if that one will be scored as a passed ball or a wild pitch.
Definitely could have caught it. Eight, nothing. Pitch. Hit him in the head. Second hit by pitch. And that puts runners at the corners.
Conference at the mound.
And they're going to go to DiGiacomo. So Buckler will take the slow walk off. Giacomo will come in the game. And with that means some defensive switches. Johnson will come in to play first base. And Owen Jones will come in to left. Or pardon, he'll come into, actually, let's see here. If he goes to left and moves O'Donnell to right, or if he just goes to right.
Well, we talked about at the start of this the idea of making good first impressions. Obviously, you'd mentioned lost a lot of their better players at the end of last year. Buckler, of course, was on that team last year, and this first game this year just did not really have it.
No.
8 runs on 7 hits. You're hoping that the Jackmel getting inserted into this game can now at least help you keep more runs for BR off the board while your offense tries to figure out a way to help make this somewhat interesting of a game again.
Yeah, 3 walks, pair of hit by pitches. And his day is done. Had the one punch out. But just struggled with control kind of all day long. So the Giacomo comes in. We saw a little bit of him last season, as we mentioned, 3 2/3 innings, 8 runs. He left 8 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. 4 walks, 4 Ks last season for him. And they did move O'Donnell to right and Jones to left. Runner holding, pitch taken for a strike. Cam Morrison, pair of walks. And he'll send that one to right. O'Donnell tested immediately. He'll make the catch. Run will come in and score. And was Johnson on the base? He threw it into first. Johnson just wasn't on the base. And so nearly a double play, but instead just the sac fly. And it's 9-0. And the ump's going to say something to someone in the crowd. So, man on, taken for a ball. That will close the book on Buckler. Chopped foul, 1-1. Good news for Barnstable. Still a lot of game left here. Still in the top of the third.
And that's really the most reassuring thing to be found right now is that you still got a lot of time left to try to make up the very steep hill you need to climb up.
Breaking ball slid in there. Good pitch. Cagito popped out to Anthony Giacomo and was hit by a pitch. Misses low, count evens. And got him. Beautiful slider there. Ends the inning, but they get two more. And after 2.5, 9-0 BR on Barnstable B2B TV. So third inning, bottom half. Set to go here. Colasano, O'Donnell, and Samprini due up for Barnstable, looking to get some base runners and get something going here against Barry. As first pitch in their first strike. And that's misses outside.
Well, Barnstable, I think what they really could use is to get a base hit off of this leadoff in the third. You need to build something fast.
Fouled straight back. One, two. Planted. He's been calling the low strike here today, but that one was a little too low. And the count has ran full. Full count pitch. just missed outside. Good take. And Barnstable has a runner on.
Well, they say one of the things that can best help get an offense going in baseball is to draw a leadoff walk. That one a very close call. Really could have gone either way. Umpire says ball 4, and Barnstable's got a runner on.
So here's O'Donnell. Right down the middle for a strike. O'Donnell started the game and left. Has moved over to right. Snap throw. They're really keeping a really close eye on Sambrini, or Colasano rather. As down the count here. 0-2. And that's fouled off. Stays alive. Shaking off catcher a couple of times here. Now takes a peek over and sets. Misses. He wanted it. 1-2. Checks on him again. Short lead for Colasano, but he will run.
And that tag a little too close for comfort. He was maybe just a few inches away from actually getting him on that one.
That's called strike 3. He's loved the low strike call, and that was no exception. It's his 5th K. 3rd by way of looking. And I'll bring up Semprini, top of the order. He struck out in the 1st. Misses outside.
And it was all those low strikeouts that are the result of the strikeouts via looking. That some of these players, I think, get fooled by how low the ball is.
Fouls it back. And check on the runner. Also, 10 stolen bases last year. It's a team that ran a lot. Fouled off. So these pitches have some late tailing movement away from the lefty.
We've seen a lot of pitches overall from Barnstable where they get the bats on them. They just can't really get them forward. They end up just deflecting back into the netting here.
And he's going to sky that one into foul territory and out of play. Vinny the Jack Mo, the on deck batter. Misses outside. And called strike 3. He knew it. 2 away.
Barnstable caught looking again. That time wasn't a product of the low strike. That one just a product of a ball that he didn't really see coming going the way it was. You could tell he started walking away right when that ended up in the catcher's glove.
So 2 away for Vinny the Giacomo, who takes a strike. 6 Ks already for Barry. Only the 1 hit allowed. That was on the Anthony Giacomo double. Back in the first. Throw over again. For a 9-0 game, he's keeping a really close eye on Colasano.
Probably because VR, they know how fast momentum can change in any sport. They don't want Barnstable to be shown any true sign of life at all at any point in this game.
That was a really late swing. He didn't want to go after that one.
We're also seeing a lot of Barnstable's batters just getting fooled by a lot of these pitches, thrown off by some late movements through the air.
To short. He'll go the long way with it. And the side is retired. Barry's been dealing. We've played 3. 9-0. BR on top of Barnstable. Top 4 here at Barnstable High School. Barnstable trailing 9-0 to Bridgewater Raynham. The Giacomo back on the mound for his first full inning. And that's cut on missed, as he will have to face King, Wensley, and Samsel, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. He got the final 2 outs, a sacrifice fly and a strikeout of the third. Now that's going to be hit high in the air. Starting forward now, retreating back is Jones, and he'll make the catch. Out there on left, he moved into left. O'Donnell moved into right when Buckler came out of the game as Johnson slid to first. So here's Wensley. Single and a double for him. Ironically enough, he has not come around to score. Strike. 1-1. Right there. Giacomo lefty.
We're hoping that he'll have better control of the strike zone than we saw from Buckler.
And that's foul tip almost squeezed by Buckler. Reed, that is. And that's chopped to first, to a knee, and taking himself 3 unassisted is Johnson. That'll bring up Samsel. He's lined out and struck out. Only batter without that hasn't reached base. Everybody's either walked, been hit by a pitch, or gotten a hit. Fouled over the screen and out of play. If he was to get on, it would be Richie next. Fouled off somebody's mask.
Looks like that might have caught off the ump, but definitely deflected off of something. Was probably going to go foul anyway.
Oh, 2. And that's going to be a base hit as that will drop into left center. And he is on for his first time today. So no 1-2-3 inning. And Richie will see the plate this inning.
Well, we almost had our Barnstable force their first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Obviously, this has been a much better start to an inning than we've seen out of the first 3. It took until they were already 2 down to get a man on base.
Cut on and missed by Richie. Single and a pop out to short. Cut on and missed. 0-2. Chopped weakly. Foul. Pretty sizable lead. Breaking ball got him. And for the first time, Barnstable holds BR scoreless. We're halfway through this one. Bottom of the fourth coming at you here. 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5 due up for Barnstable. Anthony, Giacomo, Reed, Buckler, and Sladen Johnson. First pitch, strike. The Giacomo is the only hit of the game for Barnstable. That was a double in the first, right down the third baseline. This time he belts it to left, retreating back, looking for it, and he can't make the catch. It's got to carry him off his glove. So he'll be on for a second time, and he'll be sliding into second as he has a leadoff. I guess you could go either way with that. Leadoff double or error.
Well, either way, that's a good sign if you're Barnstable to see you get a leadoff in scoring position. Regardless of how it happens, you needed any type of break to go your way just to try to slowly climb back.
It just wasn't a great breaking ball that he was able to kind of one hand into left. Buckler grounded out 6-3. Plants it. Johnson, the on deck batter. Already Barnstable's best scoring opportunity today. Back up the middle. That's going to get through. They're going to hold the Giacomo, but now the ball's going to get by the center fielder, Doyle, and Barnstable's on the board on the base hit by Buckler. They held him initially. The ball sneaked by Doyle. And on the base hit by Buckler, Barnstable gets on the board, 9-1.
Well, that's another bad bounce there for BR in the outfield. The first one, obviously, the missed catch that led to Giacomo getting to second. Now a ground ball up the middle for the single rolls under the glove of the man out in center field.
Barnstable on the board. Still got a long way to go, but good sign. And now that's got to be lined into left or center field, and a great diving catch. He laid out for that one, made up for the error right there. As Sladen Johnson gets robbed.
And funny to say this, given how big their lead is, but BR, I guess, needed that one. Again, their approach is now to just,
And now they're going to get him picked off.
He wasn't ready for that one. I don't think he was prepared for that ball to get thrown there. Never able to make an attempt to try to dive back to the bag.
Wow.
That's a momentum killer.
And a little flare in the foul territory, and I'll get down. By the way, now it's Jones going to be hitting for tar box.
BR is going to be really happy with that sequence of events. You thought Barnstable was going to start maybe building something up there, but then you had the great diving catch in center, and then that unfortunate pickoff at first.
So 0-2. Missed low. Did he go around? No swing. Misses outside. And that's ball 4. So a walk to Jones will bring up Harmon. And Morrison will come out to have a talk with Berry. He's been hit pretty hard this inning. And then the walk.
And this inning has been the first real signs of danger that he's seen all game. I think just trying to make sure that nothing gets more dangerous than they've already seen this inning.
Check on the runner. He's got a good pickoff move.
And that pickoff move obviously worked to a T just a couple at bats ago.
And that's going to be into center, and it will drop down. Jones will hit second, head for third. The throw into third is not going to be in time. Ball scoots away, backed up. But getting to second on the throw is Harmon. He's got a base hit. It's second and third here for Colasano.
And obviously, home runs hard to come by in this ballpark. But if you could find one of those rare ones right now, that would be huge. Bring in 3 runs, cut this thing back all the way to 5. No, that doesn't sound great, but given it was 9-0 earlier in this game, you need to get this as low as you can get at any point.
He walked in his first play appearance. Takes low. On the outside edge. One, two. Called strike 3.
That was another one of those low ones that fooled the man at the plate.
And that will do it for the 4th. Barnstable gets 1. And after 4, it's 9-1 Barnstable. Or BR. Pardon. Fifth inning here at Barnstable High School. A very cold opening day has not gone the way Barnstable has hoped. Down 9-1. The Giacomo back on the mound for another inning. As he will face 8, 9, and 1. Blew this. That was that one off. He grounded to a fielder's choice and singled. That nearly hit him. It lunged out of the way.
It almost looked like from our vantage point it might have caught him, but he just barely able to jump out of the way.
In the air into left center. Going back is Samprini to make the grab. Very nice running catch. He plays a really good center field.
There's plays like that that save this game from being even more out of hand than it already is. Well, this very likely could be an even bigger deficit than what we see now.
Strike one there. Breaking ball, that tailed right in. He turned away to get out of the way. 0-2. Back up the middle. Stabbed by the Giacomo. Throw on. And a good stretch by Johnson. So that'll bring up the top of the order. And Doyle will be his third plate appearance. Triple sacrifice fly that drove in a run. And a hit by pitch. Strike one. And there. Try to go 1, 2, 3 here in the fifth. But that will get down and through for his second hit.
We will continue to wait for Barnstable's first 1, 2, 3 inning of the evening. That one just flared up the middle, just dropped in, nobody really in the area to try to grab it beforehand.
So Morrison at the plate. Hasn't had an official at bat because 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. Been on twice. Strike one. Giacomo pounds the zone. Doesn't work around the guys. Missed outside there. Barnstable's half of the fifth. They'll have 9, 1, and 2. O'Donnell, Slamprini, and Vinny DiGiacomo. That's a strike as it gets away. So a pass ball. Buckler hasn't had his best game behind the plate. Very good defensive catcher, but has struggled on a couple of them today. Again, this cold weather doing nobody favors. Misses outside. If he can get on, it'll be Catagio. Just misses. Up and away.
We've seen a number of full counts now. They haven't really done a good job of putting them away, whether it's walking or just giving up the base hit.
In the air, into the gap in right center. That's going to get down. That's going to head for that triangle. That's going to plate that run. They get it right back, and they're going to send him for the inside the park home run. No, they're going to hold him. Looked like they were going to send him. But instead, they'll settle for the triple. Pretty good consolation prize.
Boy, I thought he might have been able to get there if they did send him. Looked like he had plenty of time between all the rally throws.
Yeah, that got all the way out there, almost to the wall, where it's 419. That was a bomb. Okay, so Cadgio looking at driving around here. Right down the middle. Sets and deals. In the dirt, that's going to squeak by. And that'll play another. 11-1.
That's the third run they've scored off a pitch that got by. Saw one in the first inning, then one more in the third, now another one here in the fifth. It really just feels like everything has gone wrong for Barnstable.
That's going to be ripped by the reaching Harmon. Inning will continue. He has his first hit. That's going to be up the middle. That's going to get through. They're going to send him to third. And runners at the corners here after the single by Owen King.
Boy, this reminiscent of that second inning where they're just not able to get the outs with a 2-out situation. They set up runners on the corners.
On the ground to second. And the inning is over, but they plate a pair more. 11-1 after 4.5 on Barnstable B2B TV. Welcome back. Barnstable looking to cut into a 10-run deficit here in the fifth. Brendan Goonan, the new pitcher for BR, as Barry went 4 strong.
And the strong part of that statement, no overestimation, rather. He had a very nice outing. That fourth inning was really the only time or there was really any negatives to be said about his performance. I think they really only took him out just to make sure that it didn't spiral any further than that one run in the fourth.
Yeah, the 6 Ks, including 1 to O'Donnell. Misses. Samprini and the Giacomo follow. There's a strike. And the pitch. Misses. Strike zone getting a little smaller here.
We've seen a lot of close calls in this game, both with that low zone, now some close ones towards that outside box.
Back up the middle, ranging, stabs, spins, fires. Great play. As smooth as it gets.
Boy, at first, that one looked like it was heading right up to center for a base hit. Didn't look like there was going to be much to do about that, but a running effort from short and then the spinning throw. It's been one of those nights.
Great play by Richie. So here's Samprini. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. 1 looking, 1 swinging. By the way, that was Luke Barry. They made the switch. Barry actually just came in at short, as that's on the ground first, 2 down. So it was the pitcher, the starting pitcher in this game, made that great spinning stab and throw. So he can do it all.
Yeah, great game on the mound, and then he makes a great play out in the dirt right after.
So here's the Giacomo. He struck out and grounded out. Back up the middle. That's going to deflect right to the second baseman off the mound. And the inning is over. Put out 4-3. And I believe that is going to do it. A little unclear to see if that would do it, but it will. So mercy rule in effect with it being a 10-run game in through 5. So that's the final of the ball game. Teams will shake hands, and Barnstable will look ahead to their next game as they follow 0-1, then 11-1 loss. As we thank you all for watching Barnstable B2B TV. For Marcus Lyons, I'm Daniel Baudolino saying have a good night from Barnstable High School.